You do edibles?
Do it all, man.
Put it that way.
Yeah, you can put it that way. You know what's crazy? Some edibles hit me the other day. Remember I told you? Finally.
Do you guys with these things?
Hell yeah.
Right,
wait, is that Jones?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
You know the Jones sodas, remember? The cool ones, the expensive ones I couldn't afford as a kid.
Oh, we didn't have those.
What? Yeah, you did. You just couldn't afford them. Damn, I didn't know Jones was in the weed industry.
They are now. Yeah. It's like a soft target, man, because until it's federally recognized and legal, you know, we're going to see some real collabs, but it's going to be with the brands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The brands in the store that becomes, you know, the status quo, the stamp. That's where cannabis is going to go. Mm-hmm. You know, the branding of it. Because nobody can, you know, we all selling the same widgets, you know what I'm saying? You know, how can the branding start? You know, 150-year-old brands. Look at, you know, Seagram's and, you know, Jim Beam and you know, all that type of shit, you know.
No, for sure. It's legacy brands is what do they call them, like the before they went rec?
Yeah. Before, you know.
It's a couple.
Yeah, before alcohol was legal. When it was bootlegging.
They had bootlegging.
We in that time right now, so it's
we are.
You know, look at that. Look at the history of that.
I'm sure you've been to some speakeasies for weed.
Nigga, we were to speak.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's so Prohibition era, like, oh, they're gonna do documentaries about certain people's Instagrams and shit. Yeah. No, for real. Do you remember the Headroom Gallery? That shit behind the wall? You pull the bong? Yeah. I try to explain it to people, man.
There's something bad about having everything on film. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the best legends
have never been recorded.
Have never been recorded, and now it's like the exact thing that happened is gonna be the thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I wish, but to film everything, I'd be in jail.
Right.
No matter what statute of limitations there are, I'd be
like done. We wouldn't have none of the fucking fictitious like the Viking stories or like stories of old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like motherfuckers, if they had phones back then, they'd be like, "Nigga, that's a squid. That ain't no fucking sea monster."
Yeah. Loch Ness monster, stupid as octopus.
Yeah, motherfucker, that's a kangaroo.
I think about that shit in books. Like he was a giant, or you short. You were Mexican and he was Nordic. He wasn't a giant.
Moses didn't see no burning bush. Nigga, he was shrooming. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't he talk about it?
He was fucking.
He's off.
Yeah.
But didn't he talk about how the fool's hallucinating because he's walking around? Yeah. I see burning shit all the time if I'm hallucinating.
Man.
I've been up for 4 days.
He was on a good one.
I've been there, dude. I stared at my hands for hours before.
That wasn't God. That was psilocybin.
Yo, where's that shirt? That's not God. It's psilocybin. That's a good bumper sticker.
Yeah. Come on.
That's like the Terrence.
You guys had that. Run that one. You know what I'm saying?
For real. That's like Terrence McKenna new quote. It's not God. It's psilocybin.
Yeah.
You go hard with the shrooms too?
No, I have. I've only done it twice.
Really?
And I'll never do it again.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Oh, no.
What ancestors did you see? Not ancestors.
No, I think, I'm not going to tell that story.
Ooh, that bad?
Yeah, it's really bad. My first shroom experience. Okay, we're not recording yet, right? Are we?
I mean, we can be.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
We are, but I can definitely cut everything.
No, don't cut it. I've just told this story before, so...
But different audience.
Okay, different audience.
And this show we tell stories.
Okay,
that's like
we've had a lot of legends talk about their worst trips on the show.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so all right. Okay, so my first shroom experience, I was about 14, 15 years old, and I was living in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was living with my friend named Lamar. Now Lamar. Was a guy from that we were all transplants. I came from Detroit. My man Lamar, he came from Chicago, and he was like a Blackstone Ranger at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like the gangs out there. You know what I'm saying? Different thing.
Oh, okay.
Right. So Blackstone Rangers is probably now Gangster Disciples, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like super black, super militant. You know what I'm saying? But we was also selling crack. You know what I'm saying? So,
we got to uplift people.
Yeah.
So that's right.
Yeah, we had to get some money. You know what I'm saying? So we had made some friends with these white guys, and they came over, and You know, and it was like, you want to do some shrooms. And so he was passing them out, and me and Lamar looked at each other and just ate them, right? We didn't understand that you're supposed to take like a stem and a cap, you know, something like that. So we just eating the whole thing, and the dude's like, "Oh shit," you know what I'm saying? What you got? You know, it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? What's the problem?
Gave it to me.
Yeah. You gave me the shit. I ate it. So he's like, "Oh, okay, all right." So he gave us some vitamin C pills, and then we had some orange juice. Like, I know now why. Right? So we waiting for it to activate like weed. You know what I'm saying? We waiting for it to activate like you know, we felt it like alcohol. Like, all right, dude, I'm fucked up. You know, didn't happen. So he's like, man, this shit ain't affecting us. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? This shit ain't shit, right?
Classic.
And so we was like, okay, well, we're going to go to this house party. You know, it's about an hour away in Santa Fe. So we go to this party. It's about an hour away. You know, we go on this party. It's a house party, right? And you know, we the only brothers in the whole party. You know what I'm saying? It's New Mexico. Yeah. It's Santa Fe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Santa Fe where the rich people was at. You know what I'm saying? Albuquerque is where like the hood.
Drugs,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Breaking Bad. You know?
Exactly what I thought about. That's all I thought about.
But it wasn't that at the time. Well, kind of, yeah.
No, the science wasn't there.
Yeah. Science. It was just a different thing.
Yeah.
Right. So we get to this party, and my stomach starts hurting, and so I'm like, okay. I gotta go to the bathroom. I thought I had to take a shit. You know what I'm saying? But I go into the bathroom, and I'll never forget, it was a black and white checker floor. And I'm sitting on the toilet. And then the floor goes like this. I ain't never seen no shit like this before, right? So then I'm like, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it did it again, slower. So I'm like, and then at that very moment, I was like, oh, shit, Lamar, let me go get my boy. So I go out the bathroom, and like, this is the couch, and he's sitting on the couch, and I'm coming out of the bathroom, and then at the same time, it's a girl coming towards us. Like, it's almost like we met at the same time. And this girl God bless her. You know what I'm saying? This girl had no idea. She was just trying to be nice, right? So she walks up to Lamar, and I know Lamar's feeling the same shit I'm feeling. She says, I brought you guys some chicken because I know you like chicken. She had a plate. She had like a platter of like some like wings, right?
I don't want to be.
But she wasn't saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this girl was trying to be nice. Like everybody was eating wings. Yeah. But for
it wasn't just.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I know
just,
you two guys.
Yeah. I know you guys like wings. Yeah. Just simple, something thrown away like that.
Yeah.
But remember, I told you, you know, Lamar was like a militant guy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, was she white?
Yeah.
Ah.
So he stands up and punches her hard as he can right in the face.
I did not think you were going
I mean, he stood up fast and back, like connect, like
with all the chicken
everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, all right. So pause the screen right there with the punch. Right?
Scorsese style.
And this is where the arrow pops up. Ding. This is the girl's party. This is her party. And it's her birthday party. And now she's been violently punched in the face like a man. Okay.
I got it.
Turns out all the guys in the house are the football team.
Oh yeah.
And the captain is or somebody important. That's his girlfriend that just got socked out. Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying?
She hit the ground, I'm assuming.
Oh man, she was crumbled.
Oh, that bad.
And now we're fighting, right?
The whole party?
We're fighting the whole party.
Everybody's just waving punches.
Yeah, okay, so we're trying to get out of this party. And now we're at the peak of this fucking thing, right? So we're fighting, get to the little car. People are on top of things like throwing bottles and you know, like
rightfully so.
Yeah,
I get it.
You know,
they started attacking you too?
Well, we were fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. We're fighting. You know what I'm saying? We're not winning. We're fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mushrooms. It's so bad. So bad. Yeah, you're getting lumped up. You're getting socked. So So we get in the truck, we back out. People throwing shit, chasing the truck. We get back on the freeway. Now the thing about driving in back to Albuquerque from Santa Fe is that it's no lights. It's just the moonlight in the desert, right? So we're driving for about an hour. And now we're on this roller coaster. So we keep saying the same thing over. It's like this one sentence, right? And hey man, you punched that bitch in the face. Exactly. And then I'd be like, hey man, you punched that bitch in the face. Crying. I mean, like full blown crying, like gushing tears. Like the family dog died. You know what I'm saying? Like sobbing. And then just back up, man. You punch that bitch hard as fuck. Ah! We going through that for about an hour. So I get back to the apartment, and I'm trying to do everything. I don't know shit about shrooms. I'm drinking milk. You know what I'm saying? I'm like eating. I'm trying to bite something. I'm trying to eat bread. And, like how do you stop this shit?
Plain bread too.
Yeah. Oh,
I know the feeling.
So bad. So then I call this guy. I call him. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you motherfucker, you try to kill me with this shit. The floor moving, you bitch ass nigga. When I see him, I'll kill you. He's like, hey. Calm down.
It was free, buddy.
Like, no. He's like, calm down. You gotta go somewhere like a cool, dark place, man, safe. Just go to a safe place and just relax. Put on some, cool music and just chill out, bro. You gotta chill out. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. So again, I told you, we was in the street. So safe to me means unload all the guns in the house. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring firearms into this. So I'm going throughout the house. I got unloaded 9, put the clip down, use the rifle here, go in my room. I got a pistol grip shotgun. I've done this 1,000 times. It's a button, the mechanism, you push on it, and you rack the chamber, and then the shells come out. Mm-hmm. So I hit the thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I usually drop the chamber, and I had my finger on it when it dropped, and there was a shell in it. Boom!
Why you're tripping?
Oh, no.
Okay, look. So I'm on the bottom floor apartment.
Thank God.
It's carpet. And it was a slug. I knew I blew my leg off. I knew it. And but it was dust, concrete, and carpet everywhere. And my ears was ringing. And the gun was still up like this. So I looked down because I knew my leg was in shambles. I looked down, nothing. It had the shrapnel, nothing hit me. It was bounced all around the room, and it had hit the concrete, and the impact of the carpet and the concrete it absorbed the slug. Yeah. So it was dust and shit everywhere. Yeah, it didn't spread. If it was just concrete, my leg would have been everywhere. Gone, right? So I'm shrooming. You know what I'm saying? Like full blown.
Also, you're in high school.
This is fucking... No, I wasn't in high school.
Oh, they said you were 14.
I was on the block.
Oh, they said you were 14.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was supposed to be in school.
My bad.
But
you're of age, of high school age.
Yeah, come on.
Shrooms
not everybody had the same childhood.
No, not at all.
But I was like, oh my fucking God. Like so much could have went wrong. So I was like, okay, I'm never doing that shit again. Then I did it one other time.
The only time anyone's ever said that, and I agree.
Yeah, it's not for me.
If it's like, not for you.
Let me
it's
do some safety shit real quick.
Yeah.
I was in high school.
My shit turns into a fucking Die Hard movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
For that to go off in your apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Already scary.
Yeah.
To be off in the world.
Yeah.
No, you think your legs gone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it just happened just that quick.
Remember the Tommy gun when I was on shrooms? Like, I don't want this. Get all this shit away from me.
It was just one like traumatic kind of like experience after another, all in a very tight,
Oh, you did it again soon after.
No. I didn't do it again until years later. I was in Amsterdam.
Oh, and another country tripping.
Yeah,
sometimes doesn't go well.
Yeah, but this was a different type of go wrong. But I was like, 2 times in a row, you can't fucking. Okay, so let me tell you how the second one went. Here we go. Second one. So I just told the story. I never forget. We went to it was the anger management tour.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Fred Reck were staying in the same hotel, and so we went to this. Well, it was a coffee shop. They call them out there at the time, and it was a place called La Canna. And the La Canna was really, really big. It was nice, you know what I'm saying? Went in, met the owner. You know, the owner was real good. I just told him the same exact story I just told you. He's like, "Oh, you just did it wrong. You know, you took too much. The environment is different. It's nice. It's Amsterdam. You
got jumped and shit.
We chill. We good.
Yeah, you got jumped and a gun went off.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, all right. Let me try it. I trust you guys, right?
Full grown adult. I think I'm good. I'm on tour. Yeah. I get the feeling. Like, let's go.
Yeah, what could go wrong? There's no guns here. Let's try it. All right. So we get some tea first. Give me some tea. Then he gives me a little space cake, which had other shit in it, like psilocybin type esque things.
Oh, okay.
And then he gave me like a little cap and a little stem. Right?
Damn.
Yeah. No, it was like microdose. I thought it was microdosing, right? So I'm feeling great. You know, the lights is good. The motherfucker, everything looks cool. I'm feeling vibey. Everything is great. Music's great. Laughing and shit. But it's just different, right? So I go to my room, and in my room, we're staying in this nice hotel. I got this nice suite, and there's this big window. This window from like knee level all the way to the top. And then it's like overlooking this big street. And I'm just feeling good. We got records out, Restless is going, fucking, like feeling good out on stage with, my homies. And I'm like, fuck, this shit is dope, man. And I grab a magic marker. And this magic marker got a nice tip. So I was like,
on the window?
Sign my name on the window. And that sound made me, that sound was like, oh, yeah, that shit sound great. So I'm like, fuck this shit, man. And then the signature started looking dope.
Yeah.
So I did it again. Okay. Fast forward. I signed the motherfucking whole window and didn't stop there. Went to the furniture. Went to it looked like a Subway. You know what I'm saying? Looked like Blair Witch. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful mind.
There you go. Math equations. And I was just like, ooh, this shit hard. This shit hard. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It might have been in reality.
It was awesome, right? I go to bed. I wake up, go to the mirror, go to the bathroom, turn on the light. It's on the bathroom mirror. I was like, fuck. Then I was like, I went outside to the main living area. And now I see the Blair Witch shit. I'm like, oh shit, I did that for real? I thought I didn't know how fuck. So I call my security, I call the homies. They all come in, they like, oh shit, Fred Reck comes in with a camera. Oh shit. That's what he thought it was great. He was like, oh shit, you fucking crazy, Alvin. And so I'm like, oh fuck, dude. So we in here, and Al Pittman was my security at the time. He's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. As soon as he said, here's what we're gonna do, because he was gonna come with a plan so we can kind of keep people out of the room and get out of there without showing we had destroyed the room. Yeah. As soon as he said, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Housekeeping. Oh! Oh no. Housekeeping. She comes in like, oh no. Oh no. She goes get the manager. Manager comes in like, what the fuck? Well, he's speaking Dutch or whatever. Yeah.
Sounds evil as shit.
I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So he's pissed. And he's like, da-da-da-da-da. He's like going, you must get out of the hotel. I was like, how much for the damage to the room? And he was like, "Oh, you, 11,000 euro." You know, that was like 15 grand, 16 grand, something like that. So, you know, I cashed him out. That motherfucker he was happy at that point. He was like, "Oh shit, this room,
it only costs $5.
Rate, yeah, this rate is great." You know what I'm saying? So then, you know, then I was like, you know, I was like, damn, I don't like the way that shit take me out of my core. You know what I'm saying? Because I would never in 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like going out. That's a dangerous place for me, right? But then it was funny because then, you know, at the end, when we were leaving the hotel, the motherfucker was like, "Would you like us to ship you the furniture?" I was like, no, you got it. And he said, oh, one more signature, please. He was like, sign the guest book. I was like, fuck you. The whole staff was there. They was like, you crazy, nigga.
You're gonna go back. It's like the exhibit room. It's the same shit. They charge more for it.
No.
I was thinking that.
All right. Yo, I gotta be honest. I completely understand why you don't like shrooms.
Fuck that.
I wrote all over my trees.
Yeah.
When I first met Rosie, I was on a pen, 6 in the morning.
See,
tweaking.
Why?
I wrote on the leaves and they grew with a word on it eventually.
Nah, see, fuck all that.
No, like eventually it grew because I wrote it on a marker.
Yeah.
So like the leaf got bigger, but my signature was on.
Dope.
I would never do that shit.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Right on
weird.
everything.
We come from like 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like drinking beer and fucking
Mad Dogs
smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have money, you got some Hennessy or you know what I'm saying? Like, remember Moet was a big deal if you had a bottle of Moet. You know what I'm saying?
To your face.
Yeah.
But now
you got to do. Yeah, you do meth. You know what I'm saying? Let's
hit the pookie.
Let's just graduate, man.
Hell yeah. I graduated early. Dude, what a story. Let's go.
Damn.
But I get it.
Way to start it off, though.
But I get it.
Yeah.
I understand why you don't.
Yeah.
My last shroom experience was on this show, and it was great with a guest. Went home, had the only bad trip I've ever had. I'm gonna calm down for a minute.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Why? You're like volunteering for a motherfucking psychic horror show.
It's like watching yourself go.
Like you're in your own horror movie if you have a bad trip. It's like, help me get out of this.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
man.
So that's why I'm sticking to weed. I'm good.
Yeah. I stick to shit that I can control.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel that's why I'm doing acid because I'm like, what happens?
I got people that swear by that shit.
Me too.
I'm like, no fucking
Like
way.
it's better than shrooms. It's so much better. I'm like,
No, it's not.
have you done acid? I have never done
No. I'm scared of that shit.
Me too, man.
I'm scared of that shit. I don't even smoke out of bongs.
What?
Nope.
Why? Because you get too high?
No, motherfucker. I come from the crack era.
So you don't dab. I know that.
Anything with a torch,
You're not dabbing.
anything with a torch, it's a motherfucking glass thing. That's drugs.
I get it.
That's drugs. You're graduating. You're escalating.
I mean, I've been with a homie that just loves cocaine, and he keeps it in little hash jars because with all his hash. So if he gets pulled over,
Great.
and you know when hash gets dry, it gets like chunky and like powder.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking at my house, I'm dabbing, and I grab his jar. I'm like, what is that? It just smells funky.
Yeah.
Pour it in, I hit it. As soon as I hit it, I go, I know this feeling. I smoked crack before. Dude. I don't know what the fuck this is. And he came in like, no. You're like,
dude.
damn near cried for me.
Yeah.
Because I dabbed like a 0.3 of that shit.
You was
like,
on that pookie.
I smelled that shit behind my eyes. I know that smell. I don't know if you ever smoked it. You sold it.
No. I've never done cocaine ever.
Good.
I've never done it ever in my life. Let's go. Yeah, I'll sell you some, but I mean, hey.
Marty too. We saw. I'd never done it.
It wasn't cool. Like we looked at you crazy if you were doing cocaine.
Isn't that crazy? Like we looked at you like you were a bum,
Like,
but I'll
what
sell
are
it to
doing?
you.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're a fucking tweaker.
Oh, dude, I was selling weed to buy coke when I was a kid, dude.
But I mean, it's a different
that.
time, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's weird. It's weird the way that the drugs kind of dictate what's happening in society. You can hear it in the music. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
Like if you go listen to the sound when the Chronic was out, and you could tell what was happening. It was the weed. Everybody was smoking
House parties.
weed. But now, fast forward, I get it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like when people on Percocets and doing all that shit, that's why the drill and the slow, you know what I'm saying? The screw music was so popular.
A cool person's got to make it cool, and then it's over. Like that's why, like when Mac Dre made fucking this hella popular when I was a kid. I was doing ecstasy every day.
Yeah.
Because I'm from up north, but like when Big Farm, like fucking Future in his we talk about it in his course, Big Farm.
Yeah.
All right, it's accepted now. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It just really translates. So, I mean, everybody uses for different reasons, you know, and it's escapism at the end of the day. You know, people not, you know, wanting to break from their reality, but I like my reality, even the bad parts. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're real, at least.
Yeah, I dig it. You know what I'm saying? You can't run from it, run to it. You know, so that's why I kind of been, you know, like a little weed here and there is good, but you know, my experimenting days are over.
So you moved to LA when you were like 17, 18?
Yeah, I was young. Yeah.
Were you into weed at that point?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So you came out like getting after music basically by yourself to LA, right?
Yeah. I didn't have a direction. I knew a couple people, but nothing was like set in stone. There wasn't like a meeting set. You know what I'm saying? I was coming out
just
here
living
like,
your life.
Yeah, with a dream.
But then things took off relatively quick, right? Like
No, it feels like it, but it wasn't.
Gotcha. Yeah. Within like 5-10 years, you had your first album out, right? Like
Yeah. It was actually my first. I got signed in '95. So I got here like around 90. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
90, 91. You know what I'm saying?
When you say half a decade it took, it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, I remember all that shit.
Yeah, no, it was not easy. Yeah. You know, it was not easy, and it didn't happen overnight. And there was a lot of like elevation that had to happen before I was even ready to be an artist. You know, so I had to go through that as well.
And here you are, like 30 years later, still been relevant the whole time.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you,
maintained
man.
your
I appreciate it.
authenticity, just kept it going. Like saw the golden era of hip hop, like went through it.
Yeah.
What I want to get your opinion because I had paparazzi and shit on Napster.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
So you were there before there was any influence of views, of algorithms, of comments, of like it was just you being you and putting your shit out. Like
Right, and people were investing in their time and energy and resources to go get our music, hard copies.
Yes.
Right, it wasn't convenient like you could, you know, like paying for music was an option. Like you had to, like real fans anticipated your releases, go get the store, and then see the live performances and whatnot. Now, what we're witnessing, even from the time of Napster, you know, they thought CDs were gonna, meaning the big record companies, there was a lot of them at the time, thought that, you know, record stores, hard record sales were gonna be the future. So when the tech guys came in and offered download and told them the train was coming down the track, they kind of scoffed at it and got on the train late once it took off, right? So now the struggle that we have in music is not us, the artists and the audience. The struggle is coming from people trying to maintain control of what that commerce is, right? So that's why, you know, you still have, you know, independent artists that feel like the best way to go is to go directly to the consumer. Distribution, all that shit. Like I can, you know, do that, you know, make the same money that I would get off a major record deal with just 8,000 people, you know, and that's sad, you know. But I think that it is also an exciting time because now people that have the bandwidth and the know-how to reach their fans, they have an opportunity to do it without going through a middleman. Right, but now instead of radio payola, this the playlist payola. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be on a playlist, you want to do all that. But I believe that, you know, there is enough audience, you know, for you to reach without playing the game. Just put out good music, stay consistent, go out there. I think, you know, the powers that be will eventually have to address the elephant in the room and
that's
give
where it
you
comes.
and give you what you deserve. Yeah.
You make a big enough noise, you can't be ignored. I think, especially right now.
yeah.
I've seen some artists. Remember when the SoundCloud era came, like 100 million views.
Yeah.
What is this? And then you go, I've never even heard of this person. Then you go to a show, like there's a cult following for this kid.
Yeah.
I've seen so many of those. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's it's the 90s.
And that's what they're afraid of.
Oh yeah, but you can do it
because
yourself.
you can do it yourself. Right?
Look at Tech Nine.
Yeah.
Independent for what?
Exactly.
Yeah, and they make it difficult to do it.
Outlaw?
They make it difficult to do it. They control the gateway. But that's just, I mean, you got to just, either you're going to play the game or you're going to put the work in. I choose to put the work in. I still love earning my respect. I don't take it as this is a given. I think this is a privilege to still be here, you know, and be able to continue to make the music I like, you know.
And do something without having, like you said, before the influence of social media, before the influence, like, you don't even got 1 million followers. What the fuck? Before that happened. Because,
it was just about your music.
It's just about your music. How many times you listen to somebody go, that's what he looks like? Fuck. For the first time I seen him at the show. You know what I mean? Because you were fucking getting bootlegs and all that.
Yeah,
At least I was.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But that's how I feel about that aspect of it.
When you look back at all the studio sessions in that career, Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50, all those, all the way down, probably all the artists basically in rap, damn near you probably collaborated with.
Not all of them.
Majority.
Are there any sessions that stand out like this motherfucker is just different? You know?
I mean, there's a lot, man. The time that it took to, I think that one of the best sessions that I could really talk about is when Snoop called me to do Bitch Please. He was working on the No Limit Top Dog album, and he called me and was like, "Yo, I want you to do a song with you. Dre is in the studio. He wants you to go over there so he can work on something." I dropped everything. I went over to the session. He was in there by himself. And he was like, I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." I was, this is one of my heroes, right? So he said, "Yeah, you got something for this." Beat came on. I was like, "Whoa," you know what I'm saying? I jotted my shit, I was done 15 minutes. I spit it. I thanked him for the opportunity, and I left.
Oh.
That was it. I didn't ask around, and through experience, you realize you could fuck an opportunity off by doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I did my job, and I left, right? So I get a call from Snoop again. He's like, "Hey, you murdered that verse. Nate Dogg jumped on it. Now we're going to use it as a single." And so once that single came out, it was like overnight. I went from underground, backpack rap to frontline West Coast movement. Yeah. And then that's when Up in Smoke, 2001, all that kind of stuff started happening. So from that studio session right there, I could physically see the turning point and when things started in fast forward.
But look what happens when you just go and do your job.
Yeah.
Exactly. Love that.
Don't sit around
not
for
hanging
8 hours
around,
and shit,
you know what I'm
dude.
saying, trying to play music and do. I was
too
like,
much.
Thank you for the opportunity. He liked that get down, and from there we built friendship and brotherhood, and that's my guy right there.
So you see the turning point. That's awesome.
Like if you'd have been having an off day, if you'd have been overthinking it or whatever, your whole life could have went in a different path.
Yeah, I mean, if you look, man, you never know who you're talking to, and you never know what the opportunity can turn into. So be prepared. I think that's the best you can do. And if you're trying to make it in this industry, you don't have an off day, right? You don't bring your personal shit to the office, right? You're here to complete a mission, and the audience doesn't care if you're having a bad day.
Ever.
This could be your shot, and this could be your test. Can you overcome the bullshit and the shit that don't really matter in the scheme of things, and really be here for your purpose?
What's up, guys? Taking a moment to talk about one of our sponsors, and this is Hygienics. Go ahead and click the QR code, hygienics.us. Go ahead and check them out. They have everything you could possibly think of to keep your glass clean. But if you haven't seen this next product, this is the absolute coolest jar I've ever seen when it comes to your flour. And I'm not just saying that. This right here will tell you if it's too dry, too wet, or perfect. The proof jar. The technology hydrometer that's built into this will tell you exactly what's going on with your flour. As a consumer, I would like to know if I'm getting death crunch on my flour, or if it's too wet and it's gonna be hard to roll. This right here comes with Bovita packs to make sure if it's too dry, you can bring it back to life. Say you got a new Connect, you're like, this looks a little spongy. Put it in here, it's probably gonna be too wet. But that's when you know. Let's open it up, let's burp it. Also, it's got the super dark purple glass that looks black, but this keeps sun rays out. I don't know if you know this, but after your flour is cured, the sunlight will deteriorate everything. So if you want to get a proof jar, go to hygienics.us, but our code, dope as usual, is 20% off. Flour is not included. These are just jars, okay? 1, 3, 5, and 10. Get bulk, get one for yourself, get a couple for your homies. Hygienics.us and code dope as usual is 20% off. I got a question for you. How'd you link up with Boondocks?
Aaron Magruder's my guy.
Okay, so I because there's only so many seasons.
Yeah,
you can only loop. I mean, I loop it. It's just looped. It's past 15 years. It's just looped.
Yeah.
As you just met up. How did this happen? Because I know there's a part of him. There's an interview with him going, "I'm over here getting jumped in nightclubs and shit. I'm a comedian." So how did that happen, dude? Because I know you weren't the butt end of any joke on that shit.
Yeah.
But it was. It's if there's any animated show besides South Park that can be cult classic forever, and it's only
Yeah, Boondocks.
The replayability on that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it starts off Brandon falling down first episode. Like, what? You showing dick on cartoon?
Yeah.
And it just catches your attention. Like, who are these motherfuckers?
Yeah.
So, how did you come across it? Did you see something? Was it like, hey, I have a project coming out, would like you to be part of? Or you saw an episode like, can I be a part of this?
No, I just got the call. You know, my creatives, my friends, you know, they range, and not just in music. And Aaron Magruder, we've kind of always been around the same circles, and he's a big hip hop fan. So, you know, his take on, you know, society and culture, and the way he portrays it in political satire is also it's important, and we need those voices. So when he reached out and he's like, "Yo, we want you to be part of the episode," we was already in contact. So yeah.
That's why I always thought, like, do they just get text? I mean, an email like,
no.
would you like to be in a cartoon? I always wonder how this happens, because you're in the music industry,
right?
And they are satirically shitting on the music industry.
Yeah.
So as a fan, who's Gangstalicious?
Yeah.
I know you're not gonna say it, but like, I'll raise my hand and be like, just tell me when to stop when I'm wrong.
I stay out of that shit.
Yo,
I stay out of
when that shit came out, I think I was like maybe in this 9th grade. Like,
Yeah.
who are they talking about?
Oh man.
Yo, what a good season that shit was, though, man. The new one's cool, man. The new season's fine. I know a lot of people, it's not the same. Like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, but it kind of is a little.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same show. Riley, Tony's son, is named after Riley from Boondocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like this shit's deep, dude.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
So I always wondered, man, as a actual fan of this thing, how did you get in contact with this? And when it comes to, like, say, the Pimp My Ride episode, do you have to go, hey, MTV, can we make fun of your ass in this show?
No.
You don't have to?
No.
That's awesome. Because you know what I mean? Like, it's intellectual property at that point. Like, that's our show.
Care.
That's all.
Yeah.
I always wondered about that, like, in cartoons. Like, how do you do that? Are you allowed to do that shit?
No, I mean, you got to look at it like, you know, the same way they do Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's when you infringe and try to, you know, do something identical or do it in spite of, you know, no. But I mean, when you're talking about something, you have to get people to know the point you're talking about.
Yeah. No, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
I always just wondered. Like I said, I've watched that shit hundreds of times.
Yeah.
So I just had to know. Also, another question. Last year during Christmas, my mom's boyfriend's a big ass gamer, so he has every game in the world, every system.
Yeah.
And I just found myself for 4 hours beating the dog shit out of everybody in Def Jam.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, as I beat the shit with Bone Crusher, because nobody can fuck with me with Bone Crusher. How did this come about? Because you're one of the only West Coast artists on this fight for New York. And then Snoop Dogg comes out with a fucking ninja at the end, which I didn't understand. I'm like, damn, this fool can fight his ass off. He was the hardest guy to fucking beat.
Yeah.
He was like Vega from Street Fighter. Yeah. Oh, I play that shit so much, man.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? Because you're in a lot of fucking video game. We'll get into that,
but I was signed to Loud Records, so I spent a lot of time in New York, and I think it's just, you know, the opportunity came up. It's like, yo, hell yeah. You know, it's just a testament of, it's like a timestamp almost.
It's culture.
Yeah. It's like you know who was moving the needle at that time, you know, and it was dope, man. It was dope to be able to be part of that. I had the wife beater on.
Yeah, with the chain that didn't move.
Yeah.
It moved like a brick. The big ass pendant that just did this. Oh, dude, I played as you a lot, so I understand. And Bone Crusher, David Banner.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, those ones are good, man.
Yeah.
David Banner, I think, might be my because he's like the Hulk.
Yeah,
he has the Hulk
yeah,
attributes in
yeah,
that shit. I'll fuck you up. I'll throw fools into subways constantly, dude. I'm a bastard on that game.
So that leads into now, kind of, with you, this deal with Conor McGregor and doing all the BKFCs and the fights.
Yeah.
We're in that world. We had David Diaz on the show.
Yes.
We got
we sponsored David Diaz actually for his
dope.
his next BKFC this summer.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, cool, man. Yeah.
we got Crystal Pittman coming on next month.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of UFC fighters on here. We have Brian Ortega, TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah.
What's that been like being in that world now?
Well, I mean, something to be said about the athletes that fight in bare knuckle. That is a whole different genre
Completely
of thing.
different.
You leave it out there for sure. I mean, that's
The sound.
yeah.
The sound.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. So, you know, shout out to those guys. Tough. tough. You know what I'm saying? It's a different. It's the elevation of what I knew UFC was going to get to. Right.
This is UFC 1994.
Right. This is a different elevation of that. Dare I say we close to Gladiator Sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I do not wish to see somebody die in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I do not wish to see that on a regular basis. But the propensity of that happening,
what's next,
is serious. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about the show.
And then that's a different type of social experiment. Like,
this is brutal.
If it's signed by the athletes that it's okay to air, if something happens like that, will people watch it?
Yes.
It's basically Hunger Games
100%.
down there.
100% they'll still watch it.
That's
like
crazy.
This.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
People are barbaric, dude. Gladiator times, man.
Yeah. But bare knuckle boxing, not to put, but other than that, it's great. It's combat sport. Let's not fuck the ticket sales up. People are getting off for like, oh shit.
You're right. I don't want to see this.
Yeah. Oh no. But
these are athletes that have dedicated their lives.
Yeah. But that signature is a big deal. That's a big part of what is happening. You know what I'm saying? In case of death, can this be replayed? And that's where it changes, right?
I mean, that's with any sport. Boxers died in the ring too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's happened.
For sure.
People like someone died in the NFL. That man died on the field a couple years ago, and they brought his ass back.
Right?
Yeah, Damar Hamlin. That's his name.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's crazy.
But to answer your question, it's been really dope to be able to partner with Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
And Greenback Records.
That's what the album's coming out on. Right?
Yes, correct.
Kingmaker.
Yeah, Kingmaker's coming out.
16th?
Yeah, on May 16th.
May 16th.
Yeah. Do me a favor if you're watching this, go to Spotify right now. Click on the pre-save. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I haven't put out a record since 2012.
Oh wow!
Damn, I didn't realize it's been that long.
Yeah. We got to crank the engine, guys.
Albums. Not albums, but you've done music since then. I know that.
Yeah. I've done stuff with the Serial Killers, with B Real and Demrick. And
B Real Demrick. That's
And then I've done some features and whatnot. But this is my first solo project, complete project since 2012.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up with the tour? Like, what's going on? Like, are you back at this? What's the news?
Yeah, there's a lot of spot dates coming. There's some European stuff coming. There's some summer stuff coming. Like, it's gonna be a nice rollout. Yeah.
How did it feel recording this album versus the last one?
Night and day.
How so?
Night and day. I feel like on this record, it's the first time that I made a project where from top to bottom, it's exactly the way I want it. Right,
like without outside influence.
From the first note to the last, every rap, every rhyme, every scheme, every transition, every hi hat, every vocal pass is exactly the way it's supposed to be. And I feel really strongly about this because I also found my voice. What I mean by that is what I'm supposed to be saying, how I'm supposed to be saying it, and who I'm supposed to be saying it to. I could do a whole bunch of gun slapping, booty clapping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I could do that kind of rap. I'm gonna threaten to kill you for 75 songs. You know what I'm saying? With how many different thousand ways I could fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? How much I'm better than you. But I don't think we need that right now. I think this is the time of when people have been, isolated and separated and, misinformed. The common thread that you don't have to sell is the truth, right? And so you don't have to tell the truth about other people. If you tell the truth about yourself, people are going to relate, so on, so on, and so on.
Love that.
So that's where I felt like I needed to come from. This whole Kingmaker album has nothing to do with me feeling like I'm royalty or feeling like above people or any kind of sitting on a throne or, look, I'm rich. This is about a transfer of information. These are the things, the keys, the moral compasses, the priorities, the self-discipline that have made me successful. Not put it in the best way possible in entertainment, in music, and creative, and I'm going to give it to the audience. And so that's what this album is about. yes, it's entertaining. Yes, it has some crazy ass lines in it. But at the core of it, motivation, inspiration that's the focus for this record. Yeah.
As we call this, the motivational comedy podcast.
Yeah.
That's literally. We'll tell people how to go start an LLC and shit. Like, you need that sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, we're the first podcast duo to ever do a TED Talk.
That's true.
Yeah. And when we did TED Talk, they said they're like, you have one unique group of neurons in your brain that is like your experiences, and your job with this talk is to implant that group of neurons into the audience's brain.
Right.
And that's it.
Correct.
You're the travel guide around that idea and back through, and it's like your skills on the way to make it good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you're saying with this album.
Absolutely. Exactly that. I'd love to do a TED Talk. Mine
you crush it.
Mine would be called "Can You Take a Punch?" Yeah.
You open up with the mushroom story.
Open up with the mushroom. So I punched this guy. Punched this girl in the face, right?
No. Basically, that's what it boils down to. If you think about it,
everything, and that's like
can you take a punch?
Metaphorical punch.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Sometimes not a physical one. Sometimes physical.
Sometimes physical.
You know,
like you wouldn't know it, but my disc is out completely right now. Before you got here, I was on the floor.
That's bad.
So I'm like, I'll get through that shit. So like right now, all my weight's on my arms, but like, chilling, dude. I can take a punch.
No. Actually, that's it. I've been working on that. I want a title. If I ever write a book, that's my title. That's what I want to do. But I think that it sums up the experience that most of us have. Some people waltz through life. I call it failing upwards. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but also, I'm like, I want my kids to fail upwards sometimes. I don't want to struggle at all.
Yeah, but that's not always good for them.
Yeah, but I don't want to be soft.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a balance.
Yes.
You know, my father was very hard. You know what I'm saying? He was a military guy, so he was like his corporal punishment.
Is that why you're moving around?
You know, no. He just got remarried. So yeah. Once we left there, I came to California and I didn't move. Yeah, but I still got family back in Detroit.
Detroit's cracking right now with the music. Like Boldy James, one of my
genre.
favorite rappers right now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Who?
Boldy James.
Boldy James.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. I think it's dope because, you know, the pride that the city has about its music and musicians is not new. You know, Motown, you know, being the home, making home in Detroit and, you know, going out to the world, it has a rich history. It just found its place in hip hop. You know, Marshall leading the way, you know, and then, you know, Royce, you can't take nothing away from Royce to 5'9". You know?
First time I ever heard or saw him.
Yeah.
Was with Tech Nine on stage.
T Grizzly, all the, you know what I'm saying? Like Iceware, you know what I'm saying? Like
Visa, right?
Yeah. I mean, these brothers, they paved their own way, you know.
All different sounds.
Too.
We're coming from the same area.
Yeah.
The first video off the album, I believe, was "Play This at My Funeral." Right?
Yes.
And it was like so epic
sick.
and cinematic.
Yeah, thank you, man.
But LA Burning, I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, foreshadowing, right?
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But that walk up that hill, what is that? The Fast and Furious hill right here downtown?
Yeah, I think.
I fucking knew it, dude.
Yeah,
That's where
that shot.
Dominic Toretto flies up.
Yeah.
Triple X. There's the fucking connection there. Hey man, those are some fun movies, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What was the thought behind that? Like, was that your vision? I mean, that was your first video, like first track off a new album, 10-year hiatus.
Right.
Like, what was the process going into that?
I wanted that to be the first thing that people saw from me after all this time. Actually, that is the intro to the record. That's the first thing you hear when you put on the Kingmaker album. That song, "Play This at My Funeral," and it has nothing to do with me literally dying, but that's the record that sparked the thought for the whole album. Because I was like, if this is my last album, this is my last record I'm ever gonna put out. Like, what do I want to leave for my audience? Yeah. Right. And
that's the other thing they said at TED Talk. If you had one message to deliver to the world before you die, what would it be?
Right.
I get to play my funeral as if like, this is what I stand for. This is my
correct.
Life. Got you.
And it also serves as a state of the union for like where I am, what I've been doing, my view on what I'm seeing. You know, okay, cool. So I'm setting the landscape. Okay, now let's get down to business. You know?
And when you dropped it and it like blew up, how great did that feel?
Talked about it on here.
Yeah.
it was very humbling. You know what I'm saying?
People are hype, dude. Come on, you see something new, go Xzibit new.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Get your people
look,
hyped.
I didn't know what to expect. let me be 100% honest. I did not know what to expect, and I never take anything for granted. And I appreciate the love. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come here to f around. I feel like I have something to say, and I need to say it. So that's why I took my time with this record. And really, it's weird because I wanted this thing out like months ago. But for some reason, things just kept getting pushed around and delayed and pushed around. And then, but it was like enhancing. It was like built, and it felt like the divine timing of everything was lining up super, super, super tight. And so now, with the May 16th date, there were some last minute things and music added to the album that just took it over the top. So, you know, it feels really good.
You can always freak out and get pissed at delayed, but the delays are usually, as the older I get, like, you know what?
Yeah.
It'll happen.
It's supposed to happen. Yeah.
And then it'll be fucking
awesome. It's money.
Always.
It's money.
Every time you put something out, I go, so you hear a friend, why'd you do that? You bastard, where were you at when I was fucking
Yeah.
But you can do that to yourself if shit gets delayed.
Absolutely, yeah.
We say it all the time, like, I'm not going to do all this to just rush it out and like.
Nope.
Yeah. No, it's happening for a reason. So let me go ahead and just I did my part. The music is there. It's there. You know, I can't wait to do it live. I can't, because I feel like that's the best way I connect to my audience is when I'm on stage and they get to see, you know what I'm saying? Like the passion I have for it. Not just something that's in between the clip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just throwing shit against the wall. No, this shit is made for y'all. And buckle up, because this shit about to go.
So you have tour dates this summer?
Oh, yeah. The calendar's still being built, but I'm traveling, you know, shout out to the Furnace Band. I traveled with them. It's my first time touring with a band. But we spent all last year kind of like, you know, just doing spot dates, connecting, making sure everybody knew the material. Now we about to go out and give them, you know, the show that they deserve. Yeah.
I'm excited for you. Shit, this is gonna be awesome. Where can everybody, like, when they do have tickets? Did you have like your own web? Like, what's the website, or just type of thing?
I mean, like we are dealing with different, you know, agencies like that. But if you really want to know what's happening, just go, you know, to my IG. At Xzibit everywhere, your Facebook, wherever you do your shit is where it is. You know,
that's fucking awesome. Yeah. Wherever you're at,
whatever you do your thing, that's where I'll be.
Dropping CD,
Except
vinyl,
I gotta get my TikTok up.
Isn't it hard? Because I smoke weed. They hate the word weed.
It's different. I just feel
I'm not doing this shit.
I'm not gonna do no dances.
Not gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? I still haven't figured out where can I step in there and not be the old guy in the fucking room trying to do the fucking kid dances? Never that. But I just don't want to post up a bunch of like highly produced video clips either. It's got to be a fine way. Yeah, what's that?
You go and you tell stories within a minute and a half, 90-second stories. You have story already, something that might be irrelevant to you. Like, I did that once. And like, what do you say? What would you say? That's what I do. I tell stories.
I don't want it that bad.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want it that bad. I don't want to put a leash on myself and be like, connect myself to another app.
Hell no. I'm just saying, like, when you're on tour, like, hey, 90 seconds. What happened on this tour? Oh, this picture. This is me.
I don't want to talk to people like that. I don't want to talk to them like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's the only thing I can think of that it's the minimal effort.
No, it's not. It's not about the effort. There's something cool that can happen. Too. There's something cool that can happen, but it's got to be organic. Right? It's got to be something that nobody else is doing, right? So I got to figure that part out.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be hard. Your shops.
Yes.
Chatsworth and where else?
Bel Air.
Yeah. So what's the names of both of them? How can everybody go? What's
it's funny you say that. It's
funny you say that. West Coast Cannabis.
Xzibit's West Coast Cannabis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know if you...
Perfect, because
you cut back and forth here
on my channel. I did the napalm, the big ass.
You did a review of it, right?
Yeah, I did a review of that shit years ago.
You know, I've been in cannabis for quite some time. Built some really cool brands.
Yeah, you came booming with the pens, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that time.
Understand it from the inside out. And people can complain about California cannabis, you know, illegal, traditional market, the ups and downs, people, the taxes, the over taxation of it, the unfair people with social equity, being pushed around and not being. I mean, the state has a lot of work to do, right?
Yes.
That being said, we're still selling legal weed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. So I think while those things are getting worked out, I mean, you can complain about it or you can do something about it, right? So my job is to make sure I navigate my team in a way that is, going to be the long game. So we do everything by the book, everything legal. Running a brand in a world of brands, it's difficult in California, right? It is a tough road, right? But some people navigate it well, but they are vertically integrated. They have all these different things. I personally, if I look at a house plant, it dies. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't with it. You could lose, the generations of money trying to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My expertise is building things, branding from the ground up, and knowing, how to speak to the audience, through the audience, understand, you know what I'm saying? That connection. So that's what I brought from music and my media into cannabis. And I think we've done a great job with that messaging, but it's not like hip hop or alcohol or clothing. Cannabis has to work because people need cannabis to work.
And it's in their life.
Yeah, they're not buying it because of the fucking bag. They're buying it
because
but
not the real people that are here forever.
Right, exactly. So we want to go to the people who are actually looking for high quality cannabis at affordable prices, right? I looked at all aspects of it, and the only thing I hadn't done, because I've done it all, from distribution, manufacturing, the brand, fulfillment, everything, white label, everything. Now retail was something I knew I had to graduate to. So got with a great bunch of guys, really smart group of guys, right? Will, Danny, Roy, Cam. We formed Xzibit's West Coast Cannabis, right? I was gonna name it a napalm store. I'm glad I didn't.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Smart.
That's
right.
Something
that's more. That's something that has decades of brand building behind, right?
That other one's just like a cool name,
right?
But
Exhibits West Coast Cannabis.
Yeah.
It was like, don't you think it's a little too long? I was like, no, bro, just trust me. Like the message is there. And now I would rather have it long because now we can boil it down to, what we have here, the XWCC, right? Exhibits West Coast Cannabis. But that's cool, but the name still needs to be there, right? And so that's where we went. And we opened the first one in Bel Air, March of, what is that, a year ago, 2 years ago? And then we have one in Chatsworth. And in that store, we're vertically integrated.
growing all the way up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not on the same premises like you guys. At the
Same.
See, that's like that's the wonderland when you can go see this.
Yeah.
In 3 months you'll be.
Yeah,
in
and
that
I
shop.
can't wait. I can't wait till the state starts allowing consumption lounges to be on premises.
I thought it already it happened in
Some
some
do
places.
it, but it's not
but they're not going to start giving like licenses to actually do it probably till next year or a year after that. Mm-hmm. But we have the space to do it, and now the job is just to kind of like, why sell one brand? Sell everybody's shit. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Stay in the marketplace and just be prepared for the growth. Right? You can complain all day, but now you just got to be able to make sure that you are guiding and navigating your business towards success, and that means kind of pivoting and transitioning it sometimes.
And the brick and mortar, you need somewhere when people, I get 1,000 DMs a day. Where should I go when I land in LA?
Exhibits West Coast Cannabis.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's go.
They'll know now. Like, it's like when you go like Planet 13 in Vegas. It's the huge one. Everyone talks.
It's synonymous.
There's a synonymous with LA. Like, oh, it's West Coast. Go to the West Coast Cannabis store. It's you can have your brands be sold everywhere still, but having that place for people to flock to.
It's like a flagship.
Yeah.
Flagship.
And go to the to the LAX store, Snoop store. Smoke weed every day.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, Swede. SWED, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a
LAX
store.
Yeah, the LA.
Yeah.
It's like on the side of that, right by the freeway.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what it meant.
Yeah. Yeah, what? What did you think it meant?
Oh no, I saw Swede and I was driving like,
Like Sweden? Like
I used to call all my weed tweeds. Remember, I used to call little tweeds. So I'm like, oh, it's like some slang.
Is that a big pun tattoo I see?
yes.
Too
Big
sick.
pun. Yeah.
Was that your homie?
Yeah, absolutely. I went on his first tour with him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I had no
Damn,
idea.
that's legendary. I was like, is that? It looked like is that the Puerto Rican flag or whatever?
Yeah, Terror Squad. Yeah.
Too sick.
Yeah.
Legendary hip hop shit.
So, my next question. You've been in mad movies. You've been doing a lot of things. You're just in entertainment in general. It's not just music. It's American culture is really what it is, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I looked it up. I'm like, shut the for real? How do you like acting versus voice acting? Because I just saw it and I go, hoodwinked?
Yeah.
This was in Hoodwinked? I had no idea. I love that thing. It's my little brother. I used to watch the show all the time, dude.
Yeah, Chief Grizzly.
Yeah. I mean, you hear it now and go, oh, how did I miss it? What did I do? You know what I mean? Like,
Get over here. You over there.
so
Nah,
like,
look,
voice
dude.
acting is a whole different world besides acting.
A whole different world. I've been trying to tell my agents that I've been interested in doing that for a long time, right? So, I did a couple clips and, I sent them out and all this shit started coming back. So I've done voices that I don't really say nothing about that will f you up. Like I've done like Disney shit. Like
What?
Like Ariel. You know what I'm saying? Like the little baby cartoons.
What the?
Yeah, f you up, man. I was like, they haven't Googled me, huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, like some of my song titles, shit,
crazy,
yeah.
Also in Ariel, I'm Crab 2.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, no, not that one. But,
shit,
yeah.
for real?
But like different type of things, and I've always been interested in anime, so I understand it, and there's certain things in that I haven't done yet that I would love to do. I would love to do a comedy. I haven't had the opportunity to do one yet. I'd love to do one. And then I would love to do like a full-blown like Pixar voiceover for anything they want. You know what I'm saying? Like any kind of voiceover for that kind of like, Toy Story. Fucking, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
gotta be honest, if you just do
like
this,
Shrek.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying?
it matches though.
Yeah.
It works. I could see you being the colonel that walks in like the toy soldier.
No, it has to be the voice of like something that's soft and
Yeah,
small. You know what I'm saying?
Or like in Hoodwinked.
Yeah. So something very cute, but no, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That voice comes out of it. Yeah.
So I always wondered like how does that? You just ask your agent. So these are crazy things. Like, how did you get into that? Fucking, I'm in the industry.
Yeah.
I met him at lunch. No, you don't think about these things when you're not around it.
Yeah.
So from the outside perspective,
I like to do things that I've taken some risk in my career, man, and I've always stood on that. The risk that it takes to, do a show like Pimp My Ride from a place of like hardcore hip hop.
Yeah.
And that wasn't popular at the time, It could have went left.
Popular?
No, being on reality shows was not popular.
Oh,
with
that
hip-hop,
Pimp My
right?
Ride was huge.
No, exactly, but it was a step.
I get what you're saying.
It was the step away from the norm. That
Oh yeah,
turned
no
into
other
something
rapper has been
else.
on reality TV besides MTV Cribs or something.
Right. And that was done on the terms of nobody was destroyed, or it was done at somebody else's expense, or it was dope. It was wish fulfillment, right? Mm-hmm. And so now those risks are the same. You still have to do that. You still have to look out for things that you wouldn't normally do. And if you have a love for it and an understanding of it, then why not try it? You know what I'm saying? If you fail, that means you tried. You know what I'm saying? Like I got more failures than I got W's. You just don't see them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
looks clean
because they
over here.
failed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, dude.
Yeah.
I remember I was a kid. I was like, oh, I hate failing, but also like, what if I never try that?
Yeah.
It's all the movies as a kid. Like, what if you don't try all the Disney shit?
Yeah.
You're right. I gotta keep playing football.
Every football movie.
Exactly.
Right?
It was
has
Al
a locker
Bundy.
room. Yeah.
It was Al Bundy, Polk High. That episode
Yeah.
came on the day I tried to quit football. I was like, how am I gonna?
Man, there was one in Gridiron Gang. You don't remember the locker room scene?
Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Little Giants is my shit.
Yeah.
But I know you got to take off soon.
Hey,
but
man.
thank you for being here. This
Come
has been,
on,
this has
man.
been
So
fun.
legendary. We
Yeah, it's
appreciate
all
it.
It's
good.
been sick. May 16th.
Yes.
Kingmaker's coming out.
Yes.
Everybody go pre-save now.
Yes.
This is coming out.
Spotify.
like fucking the 29th or something. So
Yeah.
go pre-save that shit now. This has been fun. Man.
Yeah,
This has been
absolutely.
sick.
Hell yeah.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Appreciate you,
Maybe one day
Yeah.
I'll find out who Gangstalicious is.
You tell me. You find out. Tell me.
Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea of who Gangstalicious is. All right, but thank you for being here.
Hey, man, thank
Exhibit
you, man.
on all platforms.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much. Guys, it's been the Dope as Usual podcast. Have a dope ass day.
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank you.
Shit.